Next type of spectroscopy is vibrational spectroscopy. So which is also known as vibrational spectroscopy or FTIR spectroscopy. FTIR means Fourier transform infrared spectroscopy. FTIR spectroscopy or vibrational spectroscopy. So what is meant by spectroscopy? Spectroscopy means interaction of light with the matter. So the name itself indicates the spectroscopy when the infrared light interacts with the matter gives rise to FTIR spectroscopy. When IR radiation falls on a molecule, the functional groups that are present in that molecule will vibrate. When infrared radiation makes to fall on any molecule, the functional groups that are present in a molecule will vibrate. That is, they are absorbing that infrared light. So they will generate some spectrum. So spectrum means having different peaks. So molecule is exhibiting vibrations by absorbing the infrared radiation. That's why this spectroscopy is also known as vibrational spectroscopy. So consider C6H6 molecule, that is benzene. So in benzene we will have different functional groups. This is the structure of benzene. So in this structure, the functional groups are C single bond C, C double bond C, CH functional groups are present. So different functional groups absorb at different frequencies of infrared radiation. For example, CC bond will absorb at 1200 centimeter inverse radiation, and C double bond C, for example, at 1800 centimeter inverse region, and CH bond around at 3000 centimeter inverse region. So depending upon the fixed value of this absorbed frequency, this particular functional group will absorb that infrared radiation, and these absorbed frequencies are shown the spectrum like this by taking on x-axis as wave number and on y-axis IR transmittance. So by calculating these corresponding wave numbers, we can know what are the functional groups that are in that molecule. For example, for this structure, what are the different functional groups? These three functional groups will absorb at three different frequencies. So this is a known compound. So if you have any unknown compound, so for the unknown compound, so for example, if we don't know about the structure of this compound, so in this structure we have 3C single bond C, 3C double bond C, 6CH functional groups. So if we calculate the different regions, 3C single bond C functional groups, 3C double bond C functional groups, 6CH functional groups, then we can say that this molecule is a benzene molecule. We can also identify the functional groups present in a molecule of a known compound or for an unknown compound. So the important application of this IR spectroscopy is we can identify the functional groups present in a known or unknown molecule. This is regarding the introduction of this FTIR spectroscopy. FTIR means Fourier transform infrared spectroscopy, or which is also known as vibrational spectroscopy. Why it is called vibrational spectroscopy means by absorbing the IR radiation, the molecules, the functional groups present in that molecule will vibrate about their main position. So by vibrating, they absorb that frequency and we will get a different spectrums at different frequencies. By knowing these frequencies, we can identify what are the functional group present in that molecule for a known molecule or an unknown molecule. This is the behind the principle of FTIR spectroscopy. So before going to know in detail about this FTIR spectroscopy, let us know what is IR region. So what is infrared region? So IR region is classified as 3 different sub-regions. So they are near infrared region, mid infrared region, far infrared region. What is near infrared region means from 12,500 to 4,000 centimeter inverse region in the electromagnetic spectrum is known as near infrared region. The region from 4,000 centimeter inverse to 400 centimeter inverse region is called as mid infrared region. Far infrared region is less than 400 centimeter inverse. So the region from 12,500 to 400 centimeter inverse in the electromagnetic spectrum is corresponding to IR region. So this IR region is categorized as 3 different regions: near infrared region, mid infrared region, far infrared region. The region from 12,500 to 4,000 centimeter inverse is called near infrared region. The region from 4,000 to 400 centimeter inverse region is called mid infrared region. The region which is less than 400 centimeter inverse region is called far infrared region. So for practical purpose, we will use this mid infrared region. So what is the mid infrared region? The region from 4,000 to 400 centimeter inverse. So which is again subdivided into 2 different regions. The region from 4,000 to 1,300 centimeter inverse region is called functional group region. The region from 1,300 to 400 centimeter inverse region is called fingerprint region. For practical purpose, we will use mid-infrared region. Actually, this IR spectroscopy is also known as mid-FTIR spectroscopy. So, the region from 4,000 to 400 centimeter region is only used to draw the FTIR spectrum of any compound. So 4,000 to 400 is subdivided into 4,000 to 1,300 as functional group, 1,300 to 400 centimeter as fingerprint region. So why it is called functional group region? Functional, the name itself indicates we can identify the basic functional groups in this region. So basic functional groups means C double bond C, C single bond C, CH2 group vibrations, CH3 group vibrations. All these functional groups can be identified. So next, the region from 1,300 to 400 centimeter inverse region is called as fingerprint region. So every human has a unique fingerprint. Similarly, molecules will also have the different fingerprint regions. Consider 2 molecules. if they have the same functional group region, but they differ in their fingerprint region. So functional group is unique for any molecule. Every molecule will have a unique fingerprint region. So some special functional groups will present in that region. So how this spectrum can be shown? So note down this total spectrum categorization. Next, the ideal FTIR spectrum will look like this. It is from 4000 to 400 centimeter inverse region. It extends from 4000 to 400 centimeter. For example, it is 1300. Here the spectrum is very complicated, so we can easily identify. So these are sharp dips. So by knowing this value, we will have a chart. So that chart contains what are the possible wave numbers. So for example, CC will have 1200 centimeter inverse. For example, around this one, this is CC functional group. This is C double bond C functional group. This is CH functional group. These are some CH3 functional groups. So different functional groups will absorb at different frequencies. So we can easily identify the functional groups in this region, but identifying the functional groups in this region, fingerprint region, is very complex. So we can identify either one or two regions only. So this is the ideal FTIR spectrum of some any other compounds. Next, what is the principle behind this FTIR spectroscopy? So what happens when IR light falls on a molecule? The molecule will vibrate about their mean position. So what are the possible vibrations in a molecule? There are two types of vibrations. First one is stretching vibrations. Second one is bending vibrations. By absorbing the IR radiations, the molecule can exhibit two types of vibrations. First, what is the first vibration? Stretching vibration. Second one, bending vibrations. Stretching vibration means there is a change in bond length of a molecule. There is a change in bond angle, then that vibrations are called bending vibrations. So vibrations are categorized as two different vibrations. First one is stretching vibration, second one is bending vibrations. So those vibrations for which there is a change in bond length is called as stretching vibration. So first we will go through the stretching vibrations. Consider CO2 molecule. So C double bond O. So stretching vibrations are of two types. First one is symmetrical stretching vibrations, and second one is anti-symmetrical or asymmetrical stretching vibrations. So first one, symmetrical. If this O vibrations means changing. So if these oxygen atoms are vibrating in the same manner, that is, this is C atom, so this is oxygen atom, this is another oxygen atom, this vibration is equal, that is like this. If the two vibrations are symmetric, then that stretching vibrations are symmetrical stretching vibrations. If one of the vibration is shorter and second one is long, that is like this, asymmetrical. This one is shorter, this one is longer. So this type of vibrations are called asymmetrical vibrations. In these two types, there is only change in the bond length. Bond length may vary. If the bond length varies equally, then that is a symmetrical vibration. If the bond length is not equal, then that vibrations are called asymmetrical vibrations. Right. Next, bending vibrations. So there are 4 types of bending vibrations. First one, twisting, rocking, wagging. Fourth one, scissoring. So bending vibrations are corresponding to change in bond angles. Twisting. So twisting. So let us consider H2O. So H2O molecule. Twisting. So this hydrogen atom is like this, and when this hydrogen atom comes back, this hydrogen atom comes down, up. So twisting. So this type of vibrations are called twisting vibration. Next, rocking. So like this, if the rocking vibration, like rocking dance, so this is rocking vibration. Next, wagging, like this, if the two hydrogen atoms are like vibrating like this. Scissoring. So if the two atoms are, so bond angle increases and decreases. So let us consider this is oxygen, these two are two hydrogen atoms. So this type of vibrations are called scissoring vibrations. So there are 4 types of bending vibrations. They are twisting, rocking, wagging, and scissoring. So these are the 4 types of vibrations that are present in a molecule. All together I am writing again. Vibrations are categorized as stretching vibrations. Next, bending vibrations. Under stretching vibrations we have symmetrical and anti-symmetrical. Bending vibrations are 4 types. They are scissoring, wagging, twisting, rocking. These are the different vibrations that are present in a molecule. So linear molecules will have 3n-5 of different vibrations, whereas non-linear molecules are having 3n-6 different types of vibrations. Linear means, for example, consider CO2 molecule. In CO2 molecule we have 1 C atom, 2 oxygen atoms, that is 3 into 2, 3 into 6, n is 3, 3 into 3 minus 5. 9 minus 5 is 4. They will have 4 different vibrations. For example, consider H2O molecule. It will also having 3 atoms, but it is a non-linear molecule. So that is 3 into 3 minus 6. That is, it is having 3 different types of vibration. Depending upon whether it is a linear molecule or non-linear molecule, we can also identify what are the different vibrations that are present in a molecule. This is regarding the FTIR spectroscopy. FTIR spectroscopy is used to identify the functional groups that are present in a molecule, and we have also studied the principle. What is the principle? When IR light falls on a molecule, the molecules will vibrate about their mean position. By knowing that, we can identify the functional groups. So we also known what is IR region, what are different IR regions, and what are the different types of vibrations present in a molecule. How many number of vibrations are present for a linear molecule, for a non-linear molecule, right?